Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. Today I have some cards I want to share with you for those graduates in our life. So before we get started, in case you haven't visited me here on Facebook, or this is your first time here on Facebook, and or maybe your first time on my YouTube channel, I just wanted to introduce myself, and I'm Rita. I love to share cards that I make and how I make them. I also like to share scrapbook pages or scrapbook page layouts. So if this is something that you're interested in, please consider following me here on Facebook. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so that you'll be notified of new content. Now, you're also very welcome to head on over to ritaspapermotif.com, and there you will be able to see all kinds of new stuff, and you'll be able to shop at my online store as well. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just trying to make sure that my camera is working here, or in a good, you have a good view. So, you know, this is the time of year when our students are graduating from high school or college even, and usually it's customary, I believe, still. It's been a while since since I graduated, but usually 6 months in advance, they start sending out their announcements. And so I can say, safely say that it is always great for those students who've worked really hard, whether it's been in high school or college, to just kind of honor them and to help them in their new journey in life. And so a card is a nice way to acknowledge that you got the announcement. It's also a nice way to send just a little something to help that student out. So that's what we're going to do today, is make a card. Actually, I have an example of one I've already made, and then we're going to make one together. So every high school and college have school colors. And so if I know what the school colors are, then I like to make my card accordingly, featuring those colors. So I'm going on my niece, who is graduating then from high school, and those high school colors are red and white. Those were actually the same colors for my high school as well. Now, when I graduated from college, it was blue and gold. So I know that they do change, but what I wanted to create was a card that can double as a gift card holder. Because the one thing that I learned from experience is money is always a great thing for students, because there's always something that they didn't plan on, or something that's different when they arrive. Well, they can always use money. So let's create a gift card holder with a graduation theme. So we're going to start out with a piece of white, basic white. Now this measures, let's see, it measures 10 inches. And what I did was a 10 by 4 1/4. So it's 4 1/4 and 10. And what I did is I scored it. Now I've already done that for us. I scored it at 4. And then I scored it at 8. And then that gives us 3 different sections. So what I want to do now, so that it starts to kind of come together, is I'm going to go ahead and fold and secure those fold lines on this basic white. Now, I did tell you that the colors are red and white, so just stay with me for a while. Now, this part is going to fold also. I'm going to fold it back, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This is going to become the part for the gift card. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and fold it. So it kind of looks like a Z fold, doesn't it? All right, this is actually what we call a topper card, what I call a topper card. Now, so we've got our base of our card. Now, I'm just going to pull out some stuff here. What we want is, I told you we were going to do red and white, correct? So I am going to put some white right here. And I'll tell you why I didn't just make it a red card base. And that is because we're going to put a square at, it's going to make it like the top of card, so it's going to form a diamond. This is going to be the hat. So this card, it is supposed to resemble a hat, a graduation hat. And so if you put the red on the red, to me, it was like too much red. So I just went ahead, and since the colors are red and white, I know that a real cap would be a solid red, but we're just going to do this, excuse me, for the card's sake, to make it a little more appealing. So let's go ahead and work on that. I am going to go ahead and glue this together. Now, this is a 3 3/4 square of basic white, and then I just did a 3 1/2 square of the real red. So let's go ahead and glue them together, and that way we just have all the pieces are kind of put together. So I'm trying to not use so much glue. That's kind of a thing I do. Let's see here. And then we're going to attach it or adhere it with a, as best we can, as an even margin all the way around. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on the front here, because again, the cap is red, right? Now, I do remember that when I graduated, our colors were red and white. We wore, I might be mistaken, but, well, we wore red, but when my sister and brother graduated, same colors, I think the girls wore white and the boys wore red. I could be mistaken. They didn't graduate at the same time, so I could very well be mistaken. All right, and I just want to make sure that one of the beauties of the liquid glue is that if you're a little off, you still have an opportunity to manipulate the card. Now, the other thing that I want to go ahead and do is, let's see, what do I want to do? I want to go ahead and put this back part so it's not flapping. This is going to be the gift card part, and you can see where I've cut some red here, so that's going to match with that part of the circle here. And this is where your gift card is going to sit. It is at the back of the card, and I'll tell you why. If I put it at the front like this, there isn't very much room to really stamp my sentiment. So that's why I did that on the back. Now, let's go ahead and glue this down. These are actually easy cards to make once you get your design down. They're easy to make, and you can make quite a few of them. Now I'm going to get my tear and tape, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to put tear and tape on right here on the sides. I was just double checking to make sure I hadn't turned things around. I'm going to put tear and tape right here. Now this is going, remember this is 4 1/4, so that gives you plenty of room. Here I'm going to have to bring this closer, sorry. I need to see. One of the things that happens is as you get older, those eyeballs don't work as good, right? All right, so let's go ahead, and it's kind of hard to see the tear and tape white on white, but here we go. Now we don't, because this is a fold, we don't need the tear and tape right here, just on the sides. And I'll take get my take your pick tool. And we're just going to pick up that release paper from the tear and tape. You know, I think I might have said, I don't remember if I said, one of the things I like to give for graduates is cash, because no matter how well you plan, there's always something you forget or don't even realize you need. And every college campus is totally different. And when I think about, you know, my granddaughter's graduating too, when I think about how far those, how far the college campuses have come, I think about how it's not like it was back in the day. So there are a lot of differences. But the one thing that is the same is no matter how much we plan to get her all prepared, or her parents do, her mom is just great about that kind of thing. There's always going to be something that maybe is missing. And so, you know, cash will help her out. So here's what the back looks like. This is for the gift card. It is a little wide, but you know what? Maybe you don't want to give them a gift card. So that was something that I was thinking about too. My granddaughter loves Starbucks. My niece, who I'm sending this card to, also likes Starbucks. But I don't know where the Starbucks is near their college. And I know from experience that the first year of college, not every college, not every freshman is given a place to park, and they frown on cars. So, you know, I don't know, at least for my niece, what's around the college campus. So I'm thinking that I might just want to give her cash, like a check, and then, you know, however she uses it. Most young people now, it seems like they use their bank cards. Then they can, you know, they'll always have that for whatever they need, because what we think they might need and what they actually need might be two different things, right? And they might even decide once they get there that they need something else. So, yeah, so I am going to trim this. So I am going to give him cash. And I can't go to my niece's graduation, so she'll enjoy the cash. And why I'm trimming this, I just knocked this out. Why I'm trimming this is because, there we go. It's a little bit whiter on this side than this side, so I just want to take just to shave it just a little bit. And, well, I didn't shave it very much, so let's try it again. Just because I just really do. That's better. I just really want it a little more even. And I love that trimmer. I guess I should show it to you again for those of you that are new. So this is the trimmer. You can find it in my online store. What I like about it is it has measurements at the top, in the middle, and the bottom. The blades, so we have a light blade and a dark blade. The light blade is for scoring and the dark blade is for cutting. They live on this plastic guide. So you can, it's like one tool that does two different things. And then the arm extends out. So those of us that scrapbook, we have an arm that extends out to 17 inches. So it makes our cutting and scoring life really easy. All right, so let's see here. So this part is going to fit. Now this is a topper card. So what happens is when we adhere it to the front of the card and then we open the card, it'll sit like this. So, you know, it's just a little bit of an interesting card there. So here's where you need to make some decisions. You can glue this down, or you can put it on dimensionals. Now I'm going to show you a card I already made. This is using like a royal blue. So I just glued this down, but you definitely could put it up on dimensionals and give it a little bit of dimension because, yeah, you could do that. I think that I am going to put this up on dimensionals. But remember that we don't want any dimensionals or glue here because when we open the card, we want it to lay flat. So let's go ahead and get out those dimensionals. And let's see here. I am looking for my regular size. Okay, here we go. All right, so I am going to kind of measure this. And how I need to do that is I'm going to take my trimmer again. Sorry, I should have left it out. And I am going to put my card because so it can fit in a medium envelope. It can't be taller than 5.5, right? So I'm going to put my card. This is the base of my card. I'm putting it right there. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to take this square or, well, it's diamond shape by the time we get through with it, right? I'm going to take it here because I don't want it more than 5.5. And so 5.5 is right here. So I'm going to lay it right like that. And that's where it needs to lay on the card so that it will fit. I'm going to put a dimensional on here so that it will fit. Let's see, I got the wrong. So that it will fit on the card. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to put that there. And I'm going to put a dimensional right here on the corner is what I'm going to do. Let's see, do I want it on that corner? I'm going to put it on this corner, and I don't even know why I did that. And so we're going to lay that down, and then we want, let's see, I'm sorry, I do have to bring it closer because this is kind of important in that we don't want it to, we want it to be kind of even, so that's important too. And so here's that 5.5 line right here, right there. So getting that, that's about as even as I think it can be. I'm going with it. All right. We can move it just a little. All right, so we have it just kind of secured there, but we're going to need to put something else there, right? Some more dimensionals. So I am going to stick them in there. So I'll take these dimensionals. I've got to take off that. And I'm just going to lift this up. And I'm not pressing, whoa, it didn't even come off. I'm not going to press down on this just yet because I want more dimensionals. So let's see here. Taking off the release paper on the top of these. Now, had I thought about this, had I been thinking about this more clearly, I would have put these dimensionals on before I put this down. That would be the logical thing to do. But let's see here. This dimensional does not want to come off my finger. Okay, and I think one more. So I'm going to tell you to do as I say and not do as I just did. Go ahead and put your dimensionals on. You just want to make sure that you don't get anything back here, right? Okay, so that gives it a little bit of elevation, and I like that. And I also am going to, I didn't press it down all the way, so I think I can move it a little bit because it's off just a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so now we have something that I think that looks like a red and white graduate cap. And this is using the basic white and the real red. And then what also does a cap have? But it also has a tassel, right? And so I've made this tassel, and I'll tell you how I made it. I did make it off camera because it's a little bit involved, and I didn't want you to have to watch me struggle tying this. But what I did is I took the twine, white twine, and this white twine, I took it and I just, you know, wrapped it around 3 fingers. And then when I had what I thought was enough, I clipped off some extra. Then I took this off my fingers and wrapped the extra twine around it, kind of, you know, tying it in the middle. And then I folded it over. I took some more twine and wrapped it right here. I hope you can see that. So I took some more twine and just wrapped it around here and then tied a knot, so that gave it kind of doubled up those strings and then gave me a nice little, like a tassel. And so then this has these 2 strings here where we can tie it, but I'm going to tell you why I didn't tie it yet. And that is because when I was working on this card, on the blue card, I glued the tassel down. It looks kind of like a wimpy tassel, doesn't it? I glued it down and then I put this button over it. But I had to really work on it because I couldn't judge how far to make that lead into your tassel. So, you know, we also have to decide which side you want the tassel on, because at graduation, they will take the tassel from one side and pull it over to the other. So not that that really matters, but you can move it around later. So that's not a huge thing, but before you send it off, you may want to do that. So I had to think, what do I want to do here? How do I want to secure it? And I did find a red button. So what I do is I keep all my buttons in a different color in these little shaker, well, they're not shaker, they're just solid little bottles. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I just keep them in here so I can use them for things just like this. And I'm going to put this button right here, but I do want to secure that tassel before I put the button, because sometimes it does take a while for glue to really adhere to the button. And I don't want this to move on me. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. I'm going to try and put it as much into the middle as I can. So I think that that works. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of tear and tape. This card, a tear and tape, is a good little friend here. So you can get the tear and tape in my online store if you don't have any. So let's see, you don't need very much. You just need enough to kind of secure that. Now, we're going to measure it again. So we're going to put the button right where we want it, right about there. So I'm going to put this tape right there, and that will keep the string down. And then I am going to just put the button over it. Now I am going to take that release paper off of the tear and tape. Let's see here. I know it's close. I know it's hard for you. I know you can't even see, but there we go. So once I take the release paper off, then that is going to help with the button sticking too. But I am going to put some glue. So here we go with the glue. And I'm going to stick the button right here. I'm using my take a pick tool to hold it down. You just need to hold it for a second. It will adhere. Okay, so now we have the tassel. All right, and then there's another thing that we usually see at graduation. We usually see diplomas. Now I know that at my graduation, they just rolled up pieces of paper and put a ribbon around it because that is too hard to make sure that everybody goes through the line as their names are called and that those diplomas get to the right person. So we actually got our diplomas a little before graduation, and then we just got a piece of paper to symbolize our diploma when we went through the line. But I am going to use a stamp right here because I'm going to put a piece of paper here symbolizing a diploma. And I'm going to stamp it. Now I'm going to show you these stamp sets that I'm using today. The one that I'm going to stamp right now is from the Simply Said. It's brand new in our brand new annual catalog. So this is available to you actually today. So it has a lot of nice sentiments on here. It has a couple of different fonts, but I am using the one Yay on here, and I'm going to stamp it on this little piece of basic white. And then I'm going to, let's see here. I want to stamp it on some white before I stamp it on that piece of paper because this is a new stamp set and I don't, they don't always pick up the, let's see here. Okay, it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this, bringing it closer, making sure it's right side up. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it so it says Yay. And then a couple things you can do. You can just cut it out if you want, or you could use, if you have a die, you could cut it out with the die. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I do have, let me see here. I guess I don't know what I just did with my die. All right, we're just going to cut it out because I don't want to fumble forever looking for my little die. But I do have a die. Oh, here it is, right here. That would cut this out. So this is barely fits in there, but you can definitely get it to work. So let's go ahead and use some tape to secure this die. Now, the nice thing about the dies is that you can make sure that your sentiment is right in the middle, right? Because you can move it around. And then we're going to take I'm going to take my mini cut and emboss machine. These are great little tools. I better cover this up. I am not good with open ink things. All right, this is my little mini cut and emboss machine, and I love it. I use it all the time. It can sit right here on my tabletop, and it cuts most of the dies. Now the big dies, of course, can be cut on the bigger cut and emboss machine, but this works fine just for the little ones. So we'll go ahead and put it through. Okay, and just move it out of the way. Here we go. And you can tell I use it all the time because my plates get pretty used. All right, we'll just take this off. And now we have, and I don't know where I got this die. That's why I said, you know, you can cut it, or if you have one of these dies, I don't know where I got it. I've had it for a long time, and it just sits here on my tabletop because I use it a lot. And so now we have something that is, like you can see right here, is supposed to resemble a diploma. And I am going to cut it because it's a little too long for what I want. But I do have this narrow strip for the sentiment. And of course I have to cut it on both sides. And now you can do a couple of things now. Usually with the diplomas, they have like a little ribbon that holds them, right? So you can do that. You can wrap ribbon around them, or you can just do a little bow. So what, you could use your black twine on that. I wouldn't use white because obviously you can't see the white too good. So I'm not gonna use the twine. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it with my little my little sorry, all of a sudden I can't think. I'm gonna use my little dimensionals here. So we have both little and regular size dimensionals. And you probably don't need too many because this is not, well, I'm only going to use 2. So let's see here. And then I'll just take off the release paper. I will probably come back and put a little bit of a bow on here, actually. But I'm going to go ahead and put this yay right here. So yay for the graduate, right? Yay. And now we have something on the inside. I'm going to trim these strings because obviously this is dry now. So I'll bring it closer so I can see. We don't want our strings showing. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and stamp inside. So you can see when you open it, it folds straight out, right? And I'm going to stamp inside, and what I want to stamp inside is I want to stamp, excuse me, I want to stamp a sentiment that says, so I put yay. I want to stamp something that says you did it. And then let's celebrate. So let's see here. I have a lot of stamps. Here we go. So I'm going to put celebrate first. I'm going to put it right here first because then I'll put the you did it right on top of it. So I am using my memento. There was someone coming to my door. I was a little distracted here. Thank goodness they didn't ring the doorbell. All right, so let's see here. Perfect. Okay, one more time. Okay, and then figure out where you want to stamp it. And there we go. There's the celebrate. And then the celebrate comes from this stamp set, also brand new. It's Happy Little Things. So what's very cool about this stamp set is you have the bold or the, the solid words, and then you have the outline. So you could give it some definition by stamping the solid right on top of the outline, and that would just give it a different feel. But also in this stamp set it says celebrate, which we just stamped, and I want to stamp You Did It as well. So You Did It is a cute little font. It's kind of like a thin script font. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm trying it on my practice thing here because we're not going to get a second chance to stamp it because of that, the gift card behind, and also our card's already pretty much made. So if we're going to practice, let's practice on something that, so you could see you did it. So now we know that the stamp is getting seasoned. That's what I like to call it, seasoned. And I'm going to put You Did It, celebrate. So I'm going to put You Did It right above celebrate. All right, there it is, right? All right, so then I have some stamps, and these come from this same stamp set. They have some little stars. So they have the outline stars and then the solid stars. So I'm going to use both of them just to decorate on the inside. Now you could do this with some real red ink if you wanted. You could do it with the Memento. I am going to do it with the real red just because I want to put some color on the inside of my card. And so let's go ahead and stamp it. We'll move that. Okay. You know, I have a big table here. I don't know why I feel so congested here. Okay, so a little bit of red. We're going to practice. Yeah, I like it. These are the solid ones. So where do I want to put them? I want to put some up here at the top. Right here, maybe. And right here. I'm just going to put them all around. Right here. And maybe right here. Okay, so there's the solid one. And now I have one that has the outline. And I'm going to practice again. I got a little bit of red ink right there. We're going to clean that off because that could accidentally get on my card. And that would not be good. So we'll get it cleaned up. And I'm going to put some right here. Right here. And right there. Now you can decorate the inside however you want to decorate it. It's much easier to do it when you're not having to work underneath a camera because you can see right on it. So you will have much more ease doing it you're doing it when you're not on camera. All right, so I have these white, I want to get something dark so you can see them. Actually, I'll show you on that card I made. So I have these little white foam. They're actually letters and numbers. I used to belong to Citrus Twist, and every month in the kit we would get you know, letter stickers and then some stamps and different things for our planner. And so I saved these, but this will work really well for a card. So I realize you might not have this. So if you have a die that is a small number, you could definitely do that. If you have stickers that you can cut this out, that's fine. But I'm just putting that on here just to add a little bit of like, what is the word I want to say? Like whimsy, like personalize it a little bit. So I'm hoping that's straight. So 2, 0, 2, 4, because that's the year they're graduating. Now, once I use these, I won't have any more of these either. It's probably not, well, I don't even know if you can get them anymore. But sometimes it's good to use whatever you have in your stash. Let's see, 2, 0, 2. I need a 4. I always thought the white were a little bit odd because, well, just always thought they were odd. But all right, so there is that. And now I thought about, well, what bling could I use? So I have some white gems here that I thought, well, I'd like to use those just to put them all around. And so, yeah, so, you know, let's just put some. If you have some white gems or sequins that you want to put on here, you could do that. Definitely do that. So, you know, you can just put them anywhere. I really wanted to just, where do I want it? Actually, I've got quite a lot on here. I'll just put them on here. They are red on red, but it will give it a little bit of, it will kind of spice it up a little. Let's see here. Maybe there. One more. I like to put 3. So this is an option. You, like I said, you could put some sequins if you have them on here. You could put really anything you want on here. Let's see, one more. Mine are coming off here. You've got this. All right, let's see here. A lot of this stuff I just like to use up, so let's put it right over here. Okay. So then your, whatever kind of gift card you want to give them, this is a Starbucks, but I will probably put cash in there. So you can, it fits perfectly this way, or you could fit it this way. And this is kind of a deep pocket, but if you're putting cash in there, you might need a deep pocket. So you can always edit it if you want, if you don't want the pocket so deep. But yeah, so here is a little graduation card that you can put in the mail. Now it does fit, like I told you, it does fit in a medium size envelope. So just so that I can verify that, let me grab one and we will just put it in there. So there you go. So it fits in there. You can also decorate your envelope however you might want. And there you have, I'll take this out so that we can see it. But there you have some different kinds of graduation cards that you can send out. I will say that this is a little thinner. This is 4 inches wide, and it's got a smaller pocket in the back. You can hear our garbage trucks. So if you wanted something like that, you could go with the 4-inch. This is 4 1/4. So it's whatever you want, but they both fit in a medium envelope. And now if you visit my Facebook page here, I'll be sharing some more graduation cards throughout the week. So feel free to stop back by. And again, you know, if you like what you see, then please consider hitting those like buttons. So thank you so very much for spending your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Any of the comments you want to leave are fine. I do come back and look at them and answer them if need be. And just have a good day, and I'll see you back next week. Bye.